Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to XPSTECH. I'm Vineet, and in today's video, we'll be checking out Boss Linux, a distro that was built to cater for the needs of 1.4 billion people, with the aim to give access to free operating system and computing. The Boss Linux project started in 2006, and since then, it has been consistently contributing to India's digital revolution. The 6 million deployment banner on their website is a testimony of its success. The distro is made by C-DAC Chennai. C-DAC stands for Center for Development of Advanced Computing, and as the name suggests, this institution is India's hub for innovation in the field of computing. They are the one that builds India's supercomputer. I have reviewed this distro in the past. The last video was on Boss Linux 8, roughly 4 years back, so a video on this project is long overdue. The current version of Boss Linux is Boss 10, codename Pragya. It was released in March 2024. The project used Debian Linux as its base, and this current version is based on Debian 12 Bookworm. A new version of Boss Linux is typically released 1 year after the official release of the corresponding Debian Linux, and due to this, the support cycle of Boss Linux is not 5 but 4 years, so Boss Linux 10 will be supported till 2028. BossLinux.in is the official website. The website is pretty basic, nothing fancy here. The homepage lists other variants of the distro like EduBoss, Server, Mool and Secure. 6 million deployment of the distro across India, which is quite significant. Interestingly, clicking the download link on the homepage gives the Boss 10 DVD version 2 ISO, which based on the ISO name appears to be of 17th June 2025. However, when downloading from the Boss 10 page, which you get by clicking on this read more link on the Boss desktop, a different ISO is provided. The file sizes also differ. The homepage ISO is of 2.8 gigs, whereas the ISO from the Boss 10 page is of 2.5 gigs. I think this page is still pointing to the initial ISO release of 2024, whereas the homepage links to the latest image. Also, the download URL still references Boss 9 even though the page is of Boss 10. So overall, I think there is an urgent need for website housekeeping to ensure consistency and avoid confusion. Alright, now let's start with the installation. The ISO image size is 2.8 gigs, which is pretty standard among Linux distro. The installation is handled by Debian installer, which frankly feels very outdated in 2025. I mean, the installer gets the job done, but the design is far from intuitive. You will find long sentences explaining each option, and the language used is also very jargonish. The jargons like hostname, iSCSI volume, LVM managers can be little intimidating to a non-technical user. There is no graphic elements to make it visually easier to understand. If you're a first-time Linux user, expect a learning curve here. The installation starts after you provide the partition to install, but it stops in between to take the location for installing bootloader. Now, if you have created a boot partition during the disk partition wizard, you can select it here, else you can give the partition where you have installed the distro. And due to the complex installation experience, I would give it 4 out of 10. Alright, now let's check out the desktop. So this is the desktop of Boss Linux. It is actually Cinnamon desktop environment and the primary DE of Linux Mint, which is actually popular for being beginner friendly. Visually, the desktop resembles the signature Windows look, having dock at the bottom and start menu on the left bottom corner. The desktop theme is also very muted. No flashy colors or glossy effects. However, there is option to change this look of the desktop. Customization is actually one of the strengths of Cinnamon desktop. You'll find all the desktop customization options under settings and this appearance section. Here you can change wallpaper, Windows animation, font settings, and even add new themes from theme store. You can install new theme from the options, and there are tons of themes available. Once downloaded, go back to the desktop and select the newly downloaded theme and click apply. Now for more deep customization, go to this preference section, and from here you can customize the panel, tweak the compositor or install extensions. For example, let's download this transparent panel extension and apply it. Now this makes the panel transparent, and you can further customize it by going to its settings. And there are many such extensions available for much finer tweaking. The desktop is great, but this is not the latest Cinnamon desktop. This is version 5.6.8, which was released in December 2024. The latest version is 6.4.8, and this brings me to the second point, which is the app ecosystem. Now, Boss Linux, being a Debian-based distro, inherit huge collection of apps from Debian. These are the repos of Boss Linux that contains deb binaries and updates. There are around 64K packages available in these repos, which is great from the app availability standpoint. But there is other side of the story. Since it is Debian based, you are missing the latest version of these softwares. For example, the version of Firefox available here in Boss repo is 132, but the latest version is 147. Debian prioritizes reliability and stability over bleeding edge technology. So yes, the system is little outdated, but the developers are fine with this choice. And if you think about its actual audience, which are educational institutions, government establishments, where stability and reliability is critical, it actually makes sense for Boss Linux. The installation of apps is handled by Synaptic Package Manager for GUI install and the apt tool for command line install. Now with default installation, you get all the necessary standard desktop apps like Office Suite, Document Scanner, Printer and Scanner application, browser, and since the repos have large collection of app, from app availability standpoint, you'll not have much problem here. The kernel used in Boss Linux 10 is version 6.1, which is quite old. The initial release of 6.1 kernel series was on December 11, 2022. Now the primary reason for choosing Boss Linux, first it is built specifically with Indian users in mind and natively supports Indian languages like Hindi and other regional languages. This language support is implemented in 3 ways. First is the installation. You can select your preferred Indian language right at the start of the installation, which then shows text in that language. This helps in installation. Second is the ability to change keyboard language from the settings. Here, multiple Indian languages are available. You can select one and type in the language of your choice. And third is Boss Linux natively supports text in Hindi and in other regional languages. So if you are on a regional website or have a document with text in Indian local languages, it accurately displays the text in local languages out of the box, saving you time and energy to manually download and install a regional font. But interestingly, there is no app available for changing the language of the entire desktop to an Indian language. Other Linux distros like Ubuntu or Pop OS, even Linux Mint have the language preference app, which allows you to easily change the desktop language. Alright, now let's talk about security. Boss Linux is a state-developed Linux distro and used in key offices, so it's always on the radar of cyber attackers of non-friendly nations. There has been instances of targeted cyber attacks on this distro by hacker groups, including APT36. But the attack vector was not a vulnerability in the distro, but through a spear phishing email campaign containing malicious zip archives. However, since Boss uses packages that are not of the latest version, it is critical to keep the system updated to the latest security patches. So always ensure to run apt update and apt upgrade command and not to miss any important patch. And if security is a major concern in your domain, I recommend choosing Secure Boss, which comes with much tighter security control by default. Alright, now it's time for the performance. Boss Linux is pretty light on hardware. The recommended hardware configuration is 1 GHz Pentium processor or above, 2 gigs of RAM and 15 gigs of hard drive. On idle, the CPU usage is under 5% and the RAM usage is around 1.4 to 1.6 gigs, which is fairly decent. Alright, so that was all about Boss 10. To be honest, compared to other popular Linux distribution, Boss Linux feels rather plain and outdated. It may lack the modern bells and whistles found in newer distros, but the project has stood the test of time and continues to be successfully deployed across key government offices and large-scale institutions. I would recommend this distro to anyone who is looking specifically for an Indian-made operating system, or if majority of your work involves text in Indian languages. Alright, so that was all for today. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you like this video, press the like button. If you have any comment, suggestion or feedback, do type that in the comment box. A huge shout out to all my subscribers of XPSTECH channel. Thank you for supporting me. Alright, so thank you again for watching and I'll see you next time.